Hello nerds! Most of you by now probably know the drill for these videos. A new quarter is starting, which means it's time for us to tell you all about our plans for April through June.
We have all picked a book that we want to read this quarter, and the book that I want to read this quarter is The Astonishing Color of After by Emily Pan, which has to do with family and cultural identity, and this cover, there's so many good covers this year!
One book that I'm aiming to read before the end of the second quarter is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This has been near the top of my TBR list on Goodreads forever. I have heard nothing but great things. It is a standalone, which I'm trying to read more of, so there is no excuse not to finally read this book, and I'm sure fall in love with it.
One book I'm hoping to read this quarter is Let's Talk About Love by Claire Kahn. It's out from Swoon Reads. I've read a number of Swoon Reads novels and I really like them, and also the cover just makes me so happy.
I am super excited to dive in to some of the 2018 new releases, especially Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi.
One book that I want to read next quarter is Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton. I recently met Alwyn at the book fest that I went to, and she's super awesome, and I felt bad that I have not read her book. So I bought her book, and I plan on reading it.
This quarter, I am most excited to read From Here to Eternity by Caitlin Doty. Let us know what book you're most excited to read this quarter down in the comments.
As usual, we'll also be sharing our goals for the quarter. For me, I'm actually recycling the same goal that I had last quarter. My goal for last quarter was to write 10 minutes every weekday. For the first part of the quarter, this went pretty well. Then I had some personal things that kind of got in the way. But overall, I really liked having a time-based goal instead of a word count goal or something that I had to reach. So I'm going to try and get back to that for the new quarter.
My goal for next quarter is more introspective than an actual goal that I can really reach. And my goal is to not be so hard on myself. I have recently realized that I am very, very hard on myself and often situations that I don't need to be. So my goal is to take a step back and look at it through another person's point of view to see if I am encouraging myself or just being downright too hard on myself.
My first quarter goal was to read 30 books by the end of March. I'm filming this with about a week left to go in the month, and so far I am still on track, which is really, really exciting. It has been great to get back into reading, but for my second quarter goal, it needs to be all about writing. So my goal between April and June is going to be to finish an entire manuscript, beginning to end, in terms of a first draft and a second draft. I know it's a lot, but I'm going to have a lot of dedicated writing time over the next few months, so I want to take advantage.
I've talked a lot during these first few months of the year about how I've had to kind of put my revisions and my writing to the side while I've really focused on reading. So I'm hoping this quarter to really ramp up my revisions and get a lot done. I revised 20,000 words during the first quarter of the year, and I'd like to double that and revise 40,000 words during the second quarter and really make that my main focus.
While I didn't do a ton of writing at the beginning of the first quarter, I am ending it on a really high note. And so for the second quarter, I'm kind of hoping to just ride that high, see if hopefully I can finish up a first draft of this new idea I've been working on. And maybe, if I'm still feeling really motivated, also revise the book that I wrote in November. So we'll see.
My goal for the next 3 months is to write something from a shiny new idea that I've had, and I know that usually you're supposed to store the shiny new idea away until you're finished with your current manuscript, but I feel just bored with writing in general, and I want to be excited again, so I'm gonna get all my shiny new ideas that I've written down in the last little while and just write a chapter or two of something new.
Now onto what you guys have really been waiting for, our book club picks for the next quarter.
In April, A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab.
In May, we're going to be reading A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers.
In June, our book club is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green.
As always, thanks for watching. It's going to be an amazing quarter, and we can't wait to share all of the adventures with you guys.